All right, then there was the charge. Let's change it to a block with LeBron James. I'll tell you what I saw. I thought LeBron was moving. I would have called a block on him. But if you're going to review that just to see where his feet are, then I think you got to be fair to the call. And I think changing the call was the problem I had. Okay? So if you're outside of that area in the final 2 minutes, then the restricted area, then I can review that. But if you called a charge and then you go, you know what, let's just see where his feet are. So you not only, like you made the mistake and now you compound the mistake and then you go, well, you know, on second thought, that's a block, not a charge. And his feet were outside of the The reason why you're looking at it is you thought his feet might be or foot might be in the restricted area. That's why you're reviewing it. And then you go back. That's the problem I had. It's very close. It's bang, bang. It's one of those where if that's in Cleveland, LeBron's getting that call. And there were moments last night in the final 2 minutes where I just watched LeBron get fouled, no call. You know, they changed that call as well on it. There were 3 calls in the last 2 minutes that didn't go LeBron's way. He had a clean strip of Durant. Then he went to the hoop and he got fouled. And then you had the blocking charge back to blocking. I'm not saying I should gift you these, but it felt the right call was a block to me. But you're looking at it because of the restricted area. And this came in, it was enacted in 2012, 2013. Referees review all block charge calls when they're not reasonably certain as to whether the defender was inside or outside the restricted area. So that's really what it's about. Now, you can also say he was not in a legal guarding position. Jeff Van Gundy talked about that as well, which, I mean, come on. That's silly. Was he guarding him? Well, his hands go up. Like you want to take a charge. You don't take a charge guarding somebody. I mean, people take charges by you put your hands up so you don't get called for reaching in. I find that silly. Oh, you got to be in a legal, like was he in an illegal guarding position? Yes, he.
But LeBron's feet, he's 2 feet outside of that circle.
Yeah.
How could they really, I mean, sometimes when you look at a three-pointer, you're like, well, we got to see if his foot was on the line. Very rarely are you 2 feet past the arc and they're still reviewing that three-pointer. He was so far outside of it. How could they even question it?
And then they changed the call.
Right.
I thought worst case scenario was just they would go, you know what, his feet were outside the restricted area and it's still a charge. Yeah, Paul.
I think a lot of people were surprised that this play is even eligible for review. A block charge, that's a judgment call. Like where your feet are, that's more of a black and white call. You know, a three-pointer, your feet are on the line, that's reviewable. If you're the charge block boxer, that little circle. But the judgment of whether something is a block or a charge, the 4 of us in this room had no idea that was reviewable.
The restricted area replays are conducted only during the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and during all of overtime. When conducting their review, the referees attempt to confirm or overturn their original call. If you want to do it based on his placement, that's one thing. But then you change the call, I thought that was cheap. I thought that was weak. And I think even Steve Kerr said we got lucky. And he's right. They got lucky. And I think, you know, the big loser there, obviously Cleveland, but I think the viewers as well, because if Cleveland wins that game last night, there's a little bit of hope that maybe this could be one of the greatest finals ever, or one of the biggest surprises, or that crowning achievement for LeBron James. Now you get the feeling that was it.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.